Hey ladies, how's it going? Well, we're laying closures today, so excuse me for the unconventional way that I'm making this tutorial. I had did mine and my battery was dead on my camera, so I totally missed out the whole process. So I decided to do it today on a mannequin head just to give you an idea of how I laid my closure down. So here I have a lace wig that is made that has a closure attached to it, and I'm going to use this for the purpose of this demonstration just to show you exactly what I did. So I'll be using today the Got2b Glued spiking glue gel. Um, you can get this at your local drugstore or at Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, whatever you have in your area. I'm also going to be using the Got2b Glued Blasting Freeze Spray. So you have to use both of these products in order to make this work. So here we go. I drew a line on my mannequin head just to kind of give you an idea, showing where the hairline is. Okay, so the line is where your hairline is, and you want to apply your wig or your closure so that it's slightly sitting a little bit over your hairline, okay, so that it looks natural. So here I'm showing that I'm fixing the closure, the wig, so that it lays um, just a little bit before your actual hairline. Okay, so you want to make sure it's not on your hairline, because if your hair is showing, it looks kind of weird. Or if you wanted to actually do protective styling, that is what you would do, so no hair is out. So here is what the glued spiking gel looks like. It's a creamy base product. When you touch it, it's creamy but a little bit tacky as well, and it will dry clear, but it does have a shiny look to it, so I'll show you how to fix that when you're finished. But don't worry, I know it looks white, but it will dry clear. So I'm going to use a Q-tip, and I'm going to add some of the gel or glued onto the hairline, again just before the hairline, not on it but just before it. And you're going to make sure that you spread it all out evenly, and you're not going to put too much, but you want to put enough so that it does hold down your closure. So I just got up a little bit close so you could see what I'm doing. So I'm just putting it just above the hairline and spreading it out nice and evenly. So the idea is that you want to let this stay on your hairline, or let it stay for about 3-4 minutes to let it dry a bit. Just walk around, do what you have to do, let it air dry, and you're going to find that it's going, when you do touch it after the time has gone by, it's going to feel a little tacky. Okay, so it'll sticky or tacky. That's the way you want it to feel. So then I'm going to go ahead, after doing that and after allowing that first step to dry, I'm going to use the blasting freeze spray, and I'm going to go ahead and spray lightly wherever I put down the glued or the creamy substance. You're going to do this very lightly. It may drip, don't worry about it. It's not as bad as the lace front glue. It's not a big deal. You can get that out later. But you want to make sure that it's not too messy so that your hair actually sticks to your face. So now that I've allowed that to dry for another 3 to 4 minutes, touching it, and to the feel, it feels really tacky enough so that I can put down the closure and it'll actually hold it. You don't want it to be too wet. You need it to be partially dry for this process. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to take your wig or your closure or whatever it is that you're using, and you're going to be careful. You don't want to get it to touch the hair. I mean, it's not a big deal. You could always wash it out. It's not as bad as the lace glue when it gets on your hair. It's fine, but you just want it to be as neat as possible. So you're going to put your closure just in the area where you had put the spray and the glued, and you're going to lay your closure down on it gently, okay? You don't want to push down right now. You just want to get it positioned in the right place. For this video, I wiped off all of the substance off of the mannequin head, of course, but I'm going to actually tack down this closure with 2 pins just so it could hold in place, just so you could see what it should look like somewhat. So again, you're going to do it just a little bit above your hairline, okay? You're not going to press it down as of yet. You want to make sure that it's laying correctly first before you start pushing the closure down. So at this point, your closure should be lightly laying on the glued and the hairspray. So you're going to take a tail comb, a rat tail comb, and you're going to slightly push it down. So now you're going to push it down into the glue so that it lays nicely, okay? So you could take a rat tail comb, you could take your fingers, whatever that's going to, lay it down nicely so that it can, be held properly by, I'm going to call it glued, because that's what the product is called. So you need to press it down so that all the lace is actually now sitting in the glue, and it's going to adhere to the closure properly, and you're not going to see any kind of lumpy bumpies, or you're not going to see any of the lace sticking up. You want to make sure that it's nice and smooth. So continue pressing that down. You don't want to press too hard where it starts making the hair tacky. You just want to push it down just enough to get it to lay perfectly on your head. So once that is done, you're going to take a silk or satin scarf, and you're going to tie down your hair, okay? You're going to tie it down and leave it for probably 15 to 20 minutes, or however long you want to, but the idea is to tie down your hair so that the closure will sit nicely and it would adhere better, okay? So here you see me tying on the silk scarf, and let's pretend for the purpose of the video that 15 to 20 minutes has gone by now. I'm going to go ahead and remove the scarf off. Okay, so let's say for the purpose of the video again, 15 to 20 minutes has gone by. So what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to see that you're supposed to have a seamless laid.com closure. It's supposed to look perfect, but you may see a shiny substance on your forehead. So you're going to take some rubbing alcohol, and you're going to take a Q-tip, and you're going to dip the Q-tip in the alcohol, and wherever you see that shininess, which is the glued and the freeze spray, you're just going to take it and you're going to rub it off. The reason why you're using alcohol is because the glued and the hairspray is waterproof. Now, it's not as bad as the lace glue. It will come off, but I find that using the alcohol gets the job done better. Okay, so there you have it. You should have a laid closure. It should look perfectly, laid down to your hair. It should look pretty natural at this point. But there's one more step. So if you have a closure that does not match your scalp color, take some concealer with a brush, okay? Whatever concealer or foundation that you use, you're going to dip it in there and you're going to put it directly on the lace where your part is, just like so. And you're going to make sure to get some at the front as well. And voila, there we go. Here is my install that I did using this process. It worked out beautifully. If you have any questions, comments, and whatnot, down at the bottom. Bye, ladies. Talk to you later.